Hi, and welcome back to C1Risk Training. Today we're going to show you how you or your auditor can review and download evidence either during the audit period or at any time you want to, related to the specific regulation or standard that you're working on. So let's get into the platform and we'll show you how to do that. So in the C1Risk platform, we can conduct an on-screen audit from the obligations library. We can lock this down so the auditor can only see this portion of the tool. And we can allow them to come in and view your internal controls, any policies related to your frameworks, and the evidence that has been collected to validate those internal controls. You can also do this yourself at any time by coming into the obligations library, as we are here. Then we're going to select the standard or regulation that we're working on. In this case, we're going to select ISO 27001. Then the first thing we want to do is just come to this Details tab, and we're going to click Edit, and we're going to establish the audit start date and end date. Now, what we're referring to here is actually the period within which evidence has been created and collected. So we're looking for evidence that has been created after January 1, in this case, and before November 30th, 2022. So that's your audit period. That's your evidence collection period effectively. And so when we set that date just by going in and selecting Edit, what that's going to do is it's going to tell the system that any evidence that we want to view needs to be between these two dates. This way you can continue to store historical evidence in the platform. So year over year, you can conduct your audits in the platform, but you only see the evidence related to that year, that relevant year. Okay, so once we've done that, then we can go to our control library. And then assuming that we've launched the evidence collection process, once you click into any control, what you're going to see is exactly as we've described here. So all of the evidence related to that period. So you can see this is all within that period of January 1 to November 30th, 2022. And of course, where there is an attachment, we have the attachments here. You can just click on that and you see it just downloads here. You can view it and then download it. Very, very simple process. And of course, if there are questions or observations or comments during the audit, if it's just a comment or a question, it can be added in the comments section here, and that will go to you as the compliance manager. Or if you actually want to create an observation or commentary finding, then you can create that finding directly here. It will be related to the actual control that you're evaluating, and you can then assign that to the correct owner for mitigation. Okay, so that's basically how we do the on-screen audit in the C1Risk program. But from the perspective of actually viewing the evidence, again, once you come into that control, as long as you've set that audit period correctly, you're going to see just the evidence that you need for that audit period. So that concludes our training for today. Thank you very much.